Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Let's Tour on the ArdaCraft server, and we're going to be picking up straight where we left off. We're going to be walking over this little bridge. We had our beautiful water wheel there, and we're going to be heading into Hobbiton. So in the films, Hobbiton and Bag End are kind of like the same spot, whereas in the books and stuff, it's, you know, you've got Bag End is across the water, and then you've got a little river here, and then we actually have the main, would it be a village? The village of Hobbiton, I guess. So we'll do most of this without flying if we can, because the atmosphere, the feel of it is just really, really nice. Also, if you go back and check out the other video, the ArdaCraft team actually replied on that video with a big like paragraph of like basically things that I brought up that I thought could have been like improvements, and like questions that I had in the video about, like, you know, the double story, like the big roofs and stuff like that. So they answered all those questions, so hopefully they do that again in this episode. Straight away, nice little bench, and I really like these trees, these small type trees. However, actually no, I guess they're fine. I was thinking maybe these should be more like this shaped. These seem to be a little bit wider, but no, I guess that's fine. You know, yeah, it's actually no problems with this. This one as well. I remember this texture being explained to me. It's like when there's been a fire or something. So I don't know. Maybe that's a bit weird, but I guess it just fits just for adding detail here. Is there any double tall ferns? Maybe use a double tall fern every now and then. That might look a little bit nicer. Let's just take a look at this stretch. Yeah, it's fine. I'm far too obsessed with nature, so I get a little bit too occupied with that. So we've got a little mailbox here and a small garden. I guess this is fine. Another little hobbit window. Let's go actually look inside this hobbit hole. We're not going to look in all of them because we just don't have time for that. Really, really small rooms, but it fits. This is a nice sort of like study, sort of common area in the house. You know, if people come visit, they'd go probably wait in that room. We have a long dining room, bench type place. Bedroom, really tiny bedroom. Not much more you could put in here. I'm not too sure if you could, but if these blocks aren't affected on the other side of the wall, maybe put like shelves or something in there just for a bit of extra detail. Same in this room. There's no sort of like cupboards or closets or anything like that. I mean, you've got a chest, but, you know, a bit more detail maybe could go into some of these. Yeah, see, this wall is part of that bedroom, so that's fine, but there are other walls that you could have maybe implemented that idea of like putting a bookcase or something in there to make it look like a closet. But yeah, really, really nice small house design. Normally with hobbit holes, they go on really, really big, especially my ones, because I work at a different scale to these. But yeah, it works nice. Let's close that door. And we'll carry on going round this way. And in fact, we also need to do P time at 12 PM. Otherwise, it would start going nighttime like it just was then. It does really look nice, but when you're trying to do a tour video and it's going night and day, it can get a little bit, yeah, it's not always perfect. It's not always what you want. So we've got a little cabbage patch here. Oh, big farm there, potatoes, and we've got some like carrots and stuff there as well. And that starts going off into the wilderness over in that direction. Wheat farms there. Maybe turnips, I don't know. I'm not too sure what they are. So this one is like, we've just had a hobbit hole. This now is a hobbit house, and this seems to be a bit of a big like farmhouse type area. So we've got a nice little kitchen, big table there, fire's not lit in that, and loads of beds, and actually that's it. Right, so here's my issue with this. I know it's the law and stuff like that, but the size of this house, it looks huge. It looks massive, this building. And then you go inside, and it's tiny. 4 people living in this close space together. I'm not too sure about that. I mean, I know you're limited by your space, but especially with having these really low ceilings. Oh, I'm not sure if I want to do this. Okay. So I did definitely just want to check out the roof space just to see what you had up here. So you can actually fit like a bedroom, but you could maybe, you know, add like a storage space up there, especially from in the kitchen. Maybe you could have a ladder somewhere, so you've got some bit of storage. It just feels so much bigger on the outside than it is on the inside. So yeah, possible design flaw, I'm not too sure, but it's still cool nonetheless. So it's actually a dead end, so we've actually kind of come a good way first, because we've seen all of that. So let's go into the main villagey area. So here we have a baker's, so let's have a quick look in here. Yeah, it's all looking fine actually. Open, close. It goes down here, and is this where the bakehouse section is? Nope, this is just a storage area. Where's the big bakery bit then? Let's see. Toilet? That's a really cool toilet actually. I'm not too sure about the window. But I guess it works, that's fine. If this is a bakery, I'm not seeing any big ovens. I mean, you've got... Is this... that's the oven. Of course, there we go, okay. Walked right past it. That's really cool, actually, with the trapdoor on there. To keep it in. That's a nice design. I was looking for a furnace, but I guess that works just as well. What else is there to look at around here? Let's take a wander around. And just while you're walking around, the fact that you're going up with the terrain, you're going down with the terrain, I mean, it just feels so nice. I always hate walking around towns and cities that people have built, and they spent ages and ages on it, and then the city's just flat. Best way to make your city or town or village or whatever more interesting, even if it's just a variation of 2 blocks in height, like this is here, 1 block, 2 blocks. It makes a lot of difference just walking around when everything else is put in place. Another little house here. I did say we were not going to go in all of them, but you know, I've got to just check them all out. Yeah, it's fine. Now that I've looked at a few of them, I'm actually getting a little bit better. Like, I'm feeling more okay with the roofs. This roof actually isn't that bad. It doesn't feel as big. It's just some of those other ones across there, like for the overhill. See, that one's got a window at the top, so that looks like it has got a second story. I don't know. It's just confusing to me sometimes. Also, the guys who commented on the video, the ArdaCraft team, did say that different villages and towns in the Shire do have different styles, so we'll be looking out for that. For example, like Buckland, they're a lot more like crazy with for hobbit type things. You know, they're a lot more human, I think, in the architecture. And then you've got places like Mitchell Delvin, where you've got lots of imported goods from all over the world. So I think they're quite different as well. Oh, that's cool. Really big door, but this one's actually swung open instead of like the normal doors like all the other ones. And inside, yeah, it's fine. Inside is okay. Yeah, so let's take a look at some of these market stalls. So what I really like about this is that you have this big tree in the centre, and it's actually worked really well with all the dirt and podzol and stuff like that around the base of the tree, something that I mentioned that these should use under a lot of the other trees, just to add more detail to those like big grassy areas. But what I really like about this is the market is actually wrapped around this tree, and one of my first ever plots that I did on Lord Daka's server was a hobbit plot with a tree and a market around the tree. So this is kind of really nice for me because it comes back to something that I've done myself, which is really nice idea. Market stalls, I'm trying to work out, like, I guess it's you do go on this side. Fresh apples, yeah. So the only thing that I will say I'm not too keen about with these stalls is that maybe stick a trap door on here so that there is like a place where you could like be fully enclosed. It just feels a bit open. Like this one, for example, you can come around to this counter here, you can talk and barter and all that stuff. Whereas you look at some of these ones down here, like this doesn't really look like a stall, it's just like a tent covering, and the guy's just throwing cabbages at people. I don't know. I suppose that's kind of what it's meant to be, but for ones like this, maybe have a trapdoor here, and you know, just kind of blocks sections off a bit, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But still, it's pretty nice. A butcher's house. Yes, we did just look at that one. See, like here, you've got like a table made out of trapdoors. That's really cool. This is one of the reasons I want the mod and I want to build with the mod is just this sort of stuff, but I know that there's that much different detailing blocks, I would just never finish anything. I mean, it's bad enough trying to finish things now, so yeah. That's really, really cool. Is there much else to look at around Hobbiton? Let's just see. It's just another house. And this is a bit, I wouldn't say lazy, but it's a bit, you know, put a rug down maybe, or it's just, you walk in and it's just a big empty space. Especially with all the other hobbit holes and hobbit houses, they all feel sort of cramped in together, which is the style, and they all, you know, there's stuff everywhere. This one feels a bit rushed because it feels so empty and clean. Just this entranceway here, I'm not too sure how you would mix that up, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe if you blocked this off, made this like a closet, and then you kind of got like a corridor, it's like kind of funneling you in, although you do have all of this extra stuff to the side. I don't know, maybe that's an idea for future holes or something. But there's that many different hobbit holes. I actually don't know how many hobbit holes and houses they've built, but I would imagine it's close to 1,000. They've probably built, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there's 12 just in this village. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's say there's 15 per village. You count how many villages they've got. So I'd say there's at least 300 hobbit holes and / houses. So, you know, not all of them are going to be perfect. Okay guys, sorry about that. Just had to cut the video randomly there. But we are going to carry on now. That is all of Hobbiton that we've just witnessed. And yeah, really, really nice. But what we are going to do is go this way, and eventually we'll come across Bywater. And I think by the time we get to Bywater, I'll end the video, and that'll be something for the future. But I just really, really like these paths. When I first came onto the server after the guys got the map, I was just lost. I just came on here, walked around for like 2 hours, just because the atmosphere, the feel of this place is just so amazing. I could just walk on these paths for forever and ever. They're so nice. Something I think I mentioned in the last video with trees is punching a couple of air holes in here. Like they are very, very thick, and it's good for some areas and not so good for others. Like here, I'd like to see a bit more air holes, and especially if the leaves are on fancy, you know, being able to see the light coming through the trees, I think is a really nice thing. Like you can see up there a little bit, you know, but it's a bit too thick, a bit too dense, and I think that's something that they have also mentioned themselves. I know Fawn had mentioned something about the trees himself, but you know, it's going back and changing it all. There's so much here already. It's not really worth going back and changing, in my opinion. But it is something that is worth noting, I think. So we've got our wheat fields here. Now, in other areas like Bree, they have 2 high wheat crops, and down here they've got the lower wheat crops. And I think that's really cool, because with them being hobbits and it's all smaller, so it's got a nicer feel. But you've got these nice pathways all through the farms, and something that people should do a lot more. And the other thing as well is flowers, just like a little poppy here and there, little daisies. Just helps to break it up and add a bit of colour to the crops, I guess. Underneath this tree here, like you can see all the dirt underneath. This is what I mentioned underneath, like the party tree in the last video. Something like this just adds a little bit more detail and a bit more intrigue to the tree. Instead, if that was just all grass, it'd be a bit boring. So yeah, stuff like that. Also, I'm not too sure if the guys have it on this server with their mod, but the 31:0, the dead bush in the Conquest pack, really, really nice for that darker shade of green, just adding a bit more contrast into your grassy areas. So maybe you guys can implement that in some areas as well. Let's try to get back onto the path. Here we go. And we have come across the ivy bush. So this is actually a pub from the books, I think. I'm sure I've read The Hobbit. I don't think it's in The Hobbit. I've read Lord of the Rings. The Fellowship of the Ring I've read. I got halfway through the 2 towers and just kind of gave up. But the ivy bush is definitely in the books. I remember that from the books. And yeah, it's really nice. You've got the main bedroom for the proprietor of the pub, or the inn. You got a little back road here. And does this actually come onto here? Okay, so this maybe just come sit out here, fish. Look at the detail under the water, it's really nice. See, I just love Hobbit and nature, and it's just like, it's so nice. I could just stay here for hours, but we're not going to. Again, this little grassy area, it's a little bit plain. Maybe put in some ferns and some, the 31:0, the dead bush type block. And maybe up here you could have put like a flower bed or something. I don't know. You know hobbits love growing things. Maybe a nice little flower bed or something there. But yeah, it's fine. We have a little beer garden. I love beer gardens in the summer, and I really like this actually as well. I've not really seen stuff like this before in Minecraft, where you have a gazebo type thing going on. It's actually made out of leaves instead of wool or canvas type blocks. That's really nice as well. I like that. Maybe I'm not too sure. I was thinking maybe put in like the grape plant texture, you know, like the berry ones, but I guess that's fine as it is. You don't really need it. Let's just check out some of the rooms. So I think I've just walked in here. Yes, I have. This is the kitchen, main common room area. There's not actually a lot of seats. You know, 3 tables and 3 out back, so you mustn't get a lot of custom. You have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, which I guess are fine. It's just like another kitchen, I guess. Again, maybe having doors on these. I know you're trying to get the rounded feeling, but I think, especially sleeping quarters, hobbits would have bedroom doors. Something I see a lot in hobbit style buildings is whenever they have like the main bedrooms and stuff, they never have doors. They always have that rounded thing, and it's like the rounded things are good for, like, you know, going between like a kitchen and a living room and that kind of stuff. That's really cool. That's just like the tree, the bough of the tree just coming over. Really nice when people have that overhang on roads. What was I saying? Yeah, about doors and stuff. Like hobbits like the privacy as well, so you know, having actual doors as well as those rounded doors are really cool. Yeah, so as we come on, we are now at the Green Dragon, which everybody knows about the Green Dragon. So this will probably be the end of the video, because this now is Bywater, and there's lots of weird blue wool above all of these houses. I'm going to assume blue and green means it's done, and blue and red means something still needs finishing on it. I guess we'll find out in the next episode. I'm going to try and do these like one a week. I think that's like a good pace for these videos. They are really nice to explore and just walk around. If you guys want to come on for yourself and check out the server, there'll be links in the description to the website and all the info that you need to come and join. Apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to press the like button, thumbs up, and lets me know that you're enjoying these videos and to do more of these videos. And comment if you've got any questions about the server, because the ArdaCraft team are going to be replying, I would think. They replied to the last video, so I think they're going to be answering a few questions in this one as well. And yeah, I think that's it. I just really love this road in general. It just reminds me of places that I've actually been to in England, which is the point, because hobbits were based off sort of rural England in the 19th, not 19th century, 20th century? 19th and 20th, I'm guessing. 18th century, maybe? I don't know. Around when Tolkien was a lad, anyway. But yeah, so that's the end of the video. I'm rambling as I always do at the end of videos. I don't really know how to end them. I need to fix that. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.